So you might ask yourself, what is a cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is digital money. Crypto, it doesn't mean, cryptozoology, hunting for Sasquatch. It means cryptography. And if you go back into, throughout history, the military has always used cryptography so they could send messages. You think Secret Orphan Annie decoder from A Christmas Story. If you've ever watched that movie, some of you probably are sick of it. But what did little Ralphie get in the mail? He got a little Orphan Annie decoder. That is cryptography. So if you know the proper sequence and how to decode something, you can say, drink more Ovaltine when you decode it. You can see that. So cryptography is nothing more than that. It's the ability to encode things and knowing how to decode things so that you can send messages without people seeing it. It's a secret way to send information. Well, that's what cryptocurrencies are. It's a way to send information that's encrypted with high level security so that when you send something, it's not like anybody can just read it. So that's part of it. So cryptocurrency is secure currency. It's digital currency. It allows you to send, well, it is digital cash. So if you think of it that way, that's really what it is. It's digital cash. And you think, well, why do we need that? Why do we need digital cash? We have banks, we have credit cards, we have all these things that work. They do work for now, but if you think about what's valuable, let's say it's Super Bowl Sunday, and let's suppose that we have something for sale. We want to sell something. It could be anything. Someone wants to buy it from us. Well, that someone can't go to the bank today because it's Super Bowl Sunday and the bank is closed. So how do they pay you? Well, they don't have enough cash because it happens to be that item costs a little bit more than what they have. Okay, can I write you a check? Well, most people don't carry checkbooks. Give me a break. And even if they did, would you accept the check? Do you know it's good? Just words on paper. How good is it? It's only as good as trust. Do you trust that person? And that's what that comes down to. But let's suppose they had the cash. If they had the cash, maybe it's counterfeit. And I have an interesting story about that. I was working at a nightclub at one point, 20 years ago now, and went out on an off night where the club wasn't open. Went out with a couple of people I knew, one person I really didn't know. I saw him in the club, but he's like, oh yeah, come on, yeah, let's go to this place. And it was hopping. It's a college night, a lot of people there. And he was buying everybody drinks. I'm like, oh, this is cool. That's nice, Jeez. So he's buying drinks every round. And at some point, I noticed he's paying with $10 bills. Well, at some point, the bartender noticed he's paying with $10 bills. Okay, so how many people carry around $10 bills in their wallet? If you're getting money out of the bank, you're going to get 20s. And if you get a lot of money, you'll get some 50s and 20s. If you get a lot of money, you'll get 100 here and there and some 50s and 20s. And you might break it down to a few 10s, 5s, 1s, that kind of thing. But for the most part, when you're withdrawing a lot of money and you're carrying a lot of money around, you're not carrying a lot of $10 bills around. Well, this guy's paying in $10 bills. So it's a little suspicious. And the bartender was a little suspicious. And I remember him holding the bill up, looking at it, questioning. And I thought, oh boy, this isn't going to end well. Well, it turns out it didn't end well. Because old boy was paying for everybody's drinks with $10 bills that ended up being counterfeit. And this guy got a visit from the Secret Service. And he was rolling his own money, had his own machine. But see, it's $10 bills. He thought he could pass them off and no one would notice. Well, it's just odd, people spending $10 bills. My point in that story is that, okay, somebody wants to pay you cash. How do you know that cash is any good? Do you? I mean, really, at the end of the day, how do you know if the cash that you spend, that you take out of your wallet, that you give to a merchant, how do you know that it's any good? How do you know it's not counterfeit? You don't. And you do your best. You look at the magnetic strip. You look at all these counterfeiting features that are built in and why we always get these new colorful bills. You look at that and you think, oh, it looks like it's legit. And then you have the little marker and you mark it. Oh, it turns the right color. Okay, but if someone wants to pay you cash, how do you know it's real? Do you? Okay, so here you are on Super Bowl Sunday. Someone wants to pay for something. They want to pay you in cash. Do you accept it? Most people will. If it's a large amount of money and you really don't know the guy or gal, do you take it? You know, maybe it's at a party and you don't know the people and hey, you've got something for sale. Do you take it? Do you take a check? They can't go to the bank. Do you take a credit card? Well, there are some apps, you know, you can swipe it, you can maybe scan the card and send it through PayPal, that kind of thing, but there's usually a transaction fee. So, you know, if it's a large purchase, it could be 3, 4, maybe 5%. And then you wait on the money. I've used PayPal before, and you wait on the money. So that's inconvenient. I want my money now. I'm giving you something. I want to be paid now. So let's go back to cryptocurrencies. What are cryptocurrencies? They are secure. They are backed by a blockchain, which is nothing more, if you think of it this way, as the banking system for that particular coin. If it has its own blockchain, take Bitcoin, Litecoin, all of the computers that are running that protocol, that are running the Bitcoin protocol, that are running the Litecoin protocol, those are the banks. That is the network. That is backing up the funds. That's verifying it. So that when someone sends me Litecoin as a purchase for something, it may be, hey, I want 10 Litecoin for that. You know, they send it to you, you get it on your phone, and it's there in a few seconds. You see that it's been sent. And you can wait for the 2.5 minutes blocks to be, confirmations to be performed. And, after a few blocks, it's not reversible. And the likelihood that it's going to be reversed is very, very low anyway. But the fact that you get it in a few seconds and you see it and it's in your wallet, it's done. They can't take it back. It's not like they've counterfeited cash. They can't counterfeit Litecoin. The network backs it up. They can't counterfeit Bitcoin. The network backs it up. So, honestly, I've always been a gold and silver bug. I thought, well, that's sound money. But if someone on Super Bowl Sunday wants to pay me gold, wants to pay me in silver, how do I know that's legit and not counterfeit? I mean, you hear stories about things being counterfeit, gold and silver, the tungsten and the gold, the Chinese gold bars a few years back. Well, how do you know without being able to test it with the right materials and weigh it with a scale? I mean, you need all these tools to verify these things. That's my point. If you want sound money, really the only thing out there right now is sound cryptocurrencies. And not all of them are sound. Bitcoin is, and Litecoin is, and there's others. But if someone's going to pay me, I think I want Bitcoin or Litecoin as payment. Because if it's Super Bowl Sunday and I'm half lit, and somebody wants to pay me for something that I'm selling, it may be a Patriots jersey, which, boy, it's a good time to sell it. If it's Super Bowl Sunday in 2019, maybe I get maximum value on that Rob Gronkowski Patriots jersey at that moment, or that Tom Brady jersey, or that Edelman jersey. So, you want to sell it. You want to sell it now. What are you going to get paid in? Hey, take Litecoin. There's no question that it's going to show up because you see it. There's no question that it's legitimate because it is legitimate because the network confirms it. It sends it to your wallet and you see it. It's there. There's no taking it back. So think about those things when you're accepting money for real items, for things of real value. And you ask yourself, okay, what forms of payment are real value? What forms of money, so-called money, are real value that are legitimate, that you have no doubt in? And if I'm banking on sound money going forward, um, it's cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin, Litecoin, and other cryptocurrencies that have long blockchains that are validated through history and time, those are the ones that are going to last. So it's important, I think, to get involved in those, to acquire them, to hold them, and to use them. So, well, those are my feelings on cryptocurrency and really what makes it valuable and why it's useful and why I like it. So, thanks for listening and hope to see you again.